Listen, said Dante, I am not an abbé. I am not mad. Perhaps I shall be, but at present, unfortunately, I am not. I will make you another offer. What is that? I do not offer you 1,000,000 because I have it not. But I will give you 100 crowns if, the first time you go to Marseille, you will seek out a young girl named Mercédès at the Catalans and give her 2 lines from me. If I took them and were detected, I should lose my place, which is worth 2,000 francs a year, so that I should be a great fool to run such a risk for 300. Well, said Dante, mark this. If you refuse at least to tell Mercédès I am here, I will someday hide myself behind the door, and when you enter, I will dash your brains out with this stool. Threats! Cried the jailer, retreating and putting himself on the defensive. You are certainly going mad. The Abbé began like you, and in 3 days you will be like him, mad enough to tie up, but fortunately there are dungeons here. Dante whirled the stool around his head. All right, said the jailer. All right, since you will have it so, I will send word to the governor. Very well, returned Dante, dropping the stool and sitting on it as if he were in reality mad. The jailer went out and returned in an instant with a corporal and 4 soldiers. By the governor's orders, said he, conduct the prisoner to the tier beneath. To the dungeon, then, said the corporal. Yes, we must put the madman with the madmen. The soldiers seized Dante, who followed passively. He descended 15 steps, and the door of a dungeon was opened, and he was thrust in. The door closed, and Dante advanced with outstretched hands until he touched the wall. Then he sat down in the corner until his eyes became accustomed to the darkness. The jailer was right. Dante wanted but little of being utterly mad. I'm glad we just jump right into this thing tomorrow, because that's a dark note to end on. At least we don't have a week, a month between chapters. We're just going to pick right up tomorrow and keep the momentum going, because, wow, that just the downward slide of Dante from his wedding to being in a dungeon. And let's trace those steps here. I'm at my wedding. I'm the happiest guy in the world. I feel so lucky, and yet it seems weird that I'm this happy. It doesn't seem like it should come with this much ease. Knock, knock, knock. We're here to arrest you, Dante. And then he gets taken away, interrogated by Villefort. Villefort discovers the letter to Noirtier and says, we got to get rid of this guy. So it tells Dante, we just need to hold you to the end of today, and then we'll figure out how you're going to be released. Dante's like, cool. He goes off, is held prisoner for the rest of the day, missing his wedding, then is brought and transported by faceless soldiers to, a boat, shuttled to the Chateau d'If, put in a prison cell, and tries to plead, like, this is, what's going on here? This is all wrong. And in his pleas and losing his mind, who wouldn't lose their mind in this scenario? Sticking up for himself, saying, I got to talk to someone. Someone has to listen to me. In expressing that, is then sent to a dungeon. This happens in a matter of days. Wow, that happens so fast. I guess it didn't happen too fast here on the countdown of Monte Cristo, because we take these chapters so slowly, but just looking at the truncated nature of how this all transpired, man, that's a lot. That is certainly a lot. And now Dante being underground, essentially, I mean, could you get a more fertile metaphor for just being buried alive? I laugh. I don't mean to laugh. It's nervous laughter. I'm very, very nervous and anxious about this whole thing. I'm pulling for Dante. I want the best for him. But that concludes Chapter 8. And just as a reminder, if you want the full Chapter 8 story-only audio, that's available over at our Patreon at patreon.com/gruntworkpod. That's Gruntwork, GRUNTWORKPOD, Gruntwork Pod. For the Gruntwork Podcast Network, where all of our shows are made and sustained by contributions from people like you to keep them artist-owned, to keep them ad-free. I don't need to keep hitting this in every episode, but Today, Chapter 8 is now available over there, so for as little as $1 a month, you can go listen to Chapter 8, as well as all of the previous chapters without my commentary. And why hold up things any longer? Let's just keep it going into Chapter 9 tomorrow. I will see you here then. Alrighty, onward and upward. Goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.